That's all right. I didn't think we were going yeah.
Thank you.
Get on. Hold it up. It didn't See, I told you, I got that picture in my office. Well, they said we get a one piece selections on.
Good morning, guys.
Good
morning.
How's everybody today? It feels weird in this room. Hey guys, I want you to stand up. Go shake somebody's hand. Say I'm doing good and better than most. Shake somebody's hand. I'm doing good. I'm doing better
Are you doing
I'm trying.
Actually, we should start that off with we're doing great, but we're doing better than most. We got a few weeks left here in the third quarter, if not like a week and a half. Going into the fourth quarter, guys, is really where I challenge all of us to pick up the pace. The management staff, the leaders, the corporate guys, and that trickles down to the agents. I'm speaking to buyer agents this morning, so I still wanted to cover some motivation stuff. Also, I really wanted to get into some numbers. It's easy to cherry pick, take care of the low-hanging fruit in the summer times. Things are easy. It's easy to make, $6,000. You put in that effort, you really grind it like Toby, Tony, Charlotte almost had a $10,000 a month. Katie did. You guys did some phenomenal things. It took some work, but are we going to be able to hit those numbers in the summertime? It's just going to take a lot of energy, a radical focus that you guys hear me talk about to be able to hit those numbers. Who here wants to actually understand, broke down piece by piece, metric by metric, how to be able to sell or close 2 homes every single week, week in and week out without fail? Who wants the math and the numbers to that, right?
Cool.
Okay. I want to be able to break down those numbers, but also the energy and the effort that goes into it. In the fourth quarter, I always pick up a new motto for a team, something to hang on, something that's catchy, something that's fun that we all buy into. Even last year, over that year, we had teamwork as our core value, but we really didn't even have a slogan for it. And really push with learn together, think together, and we'll without a doubt create together. And it ended up making it on our board as one of our core values. Going into the fourth quarter, I want this to really be our motto: be phenomenal or be forgotten. And the reason I really come up with that, I was doing some studying last night, and you guys have heard me talk about we're not the same team that we started out with, right? We're not. Some of those people were forgotten about. But at the end of the day, we're going to be phenomenal. We're going to keep moving. We're going to hit our goals, right? Say it with me: be phenomenal or be forgotten.
Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
Hey, y'all didn't buy into it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. Let's hear it.
Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
Yeah, give each other a high five.
I think we were just trying to make sure we can say phenomenal.
Phenomenal, you can say phenomenal.
It's not easy.
Give each other a high five because it's going to take collective work from this group. Come on, guys. You guys see on Facebook where I get to stand up here and do this with the agent of the month. I want each and every one of you guys to be competitive month in and month out. Everybody wants to score, but not everybody wants to go through the journey, the process, the time, the practice, the honing of the skill set, the rejection, just the failing forward that is necessary to be able to earn that trophy. And it has been very competitive. Almost every month it's been a different agent for about 6 or 7 months. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are putting in the time, that are mentoring around here, that are leading. But most want greatness with an average mindset. And for some of the new people, that are here, the Jane, Susanna is with her mom, and some of the other new people, it's really gonna take everything you have to get up and going, because we're about to go into our down season, our slow season, and so it's gonna take that much for you to build that pipeline and to be able to close 4 to 6 homes month in and month out. And for some of the new people, I hope this resonates with you. One of the guys I study a lot is Eric Thomas. I show a lot of his Les Brown, Eric Thomas videos. And there's a story where this guy reached out to him, and he reached out to the guru, and he said, "Hey, I want you to show me how you're, doing what you're doing. How are you closing, 11 homes a month? How are you closing a couple million a month?" So the guy was like, "Well, yeah, I'll show you how to do it. If you really want to know how to do it, meet me at 4 a.m. He's like, 4 a.m., no problem, I'll get up at 4 a.m. So he gets up at 4, he's like, "What do we mean at 4 a.m.? He said, "The beach." The beach? Yeah, he said, "Meet me at the beach. I'll show you everything that you need to know." The guy's like, "Okay, I'll meet you at the beach." 4 a.m. rolled around. He comes walking up to the beach. The guru's in some shorts, a tank top, and he comes walking up in a nice, fancy, couple $1,000 suit, had his notepad, he had his nice shiny pen, hair all slicked up, nice, ready to go, right? He gets to the beach. He's like, "Why you got shorts on? Why you have a tank top on?" He asked him, why do you have a suit on? "I asked you to meet me at the beach." He's like, "Well, I thought you was going to show me how to make money. I thought you were going to show me how to close deals." He's like, "I am going to show you. Is that something you're interested in?" The guy said, "Absolutely." So he took off his flip-flops. He asked the guy to take off his shoes. He said, "Take off my shoes? These are $1,000 Louis Vuittons or whatever, right?" And so he took off his shoes. He walked out a little bit into the ocean. He said, "Come on, walk out here with me." The guy's like, "What? You want me to walk out to the ocean? What's this have to do with making money? How am I going to close more homes, make more money by walking out here into the ocean with you?" He's like, "Trust me, come out here." So the guy walked out there, took a few steps, water's up to his knees. The guru took a few more steps back. He's like, "Come out here a little further." He said, "Please tell me what this has to do with closing more deals, making more money, and being successful." You do want to be successful, right? You do want to be agent of the month. You do want to be that person. You want to be able to earn for your family, keep food on the table, and compete at a high level, right? We are Select Homes, yeah. So, okay, I'll step out there a little more. The water's up to his chest now. They get out here. He's like, "Will you please tell me what this has to do with making money, being successful, and being phenomenal?" The guy came out here. The guru stepped back a little more, said, "Come on." He said, "Okay." So the guy stepped up a little further. Water's up to his nose and his mouth, and he said, "Hey, I can't go any further. I can't breathe." And the guru grabbed his hand, put it underwater, and he started muffling. He's like, "I can't breathe." And the guru said, "Once you want it as bad as you want to breathe, at that very moment, you'll be successful." All right, guys. And that's what it's really about, what it's really going to take to be successful. Some of our new people, and I've challenged the leaders on the management team, and I'm going to continue to challenge them to lead by an example. It's not just showing up here for the new people, sitting at a table, waiting for somebody to take direction with you or teach you everything. We have to take the initiative, be proactive instead of reactive, and be accountable for your success. Shadow people. Bug the hell out of our transactions department. I would be living and breathing and dying out of the client care center right now if I was brand new. Listening to calls, dialogue. I'd be picking Mark's brain. I would be spending as much time with him as possible until he's like, "Look, I got to work with coaching clients. Look, I got stuff going on." Take advantage of the resources, not just the new people, but the leaders around here, and then also the people that are, maybe we all get stuck, right? How do you get unstuck? It's clarity and knowing the right things to do in the right order, and maybe a little bit of motivation, because some of you guys have been around here a long time. You understand techniques, methods, how we convert, intro, offer, benefit, value. On the buyer side, it's almost like riding a bike. I talked about obscurity, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. I did spell it right this time. I was missing the I or something last time. Who wants to take a shot at what obscurity is? Obscurity?
Operating and being unknown in the unknown.
Right. It's unknown. So you guys see a lot of pictures on Facebook. You guys see me do a lot of selfies. Let's go ahead.
We can do it outside.
Look, no, I'm not narcissistic. Basically, it boils down to social marketing. With every single piece of revenue that we've generated through our coaching company and all the things we've generated, I have not spent $1 on marketing, other than the time invested in giving an insight to what we got going on at Select Homes, and then basically documenting what I have going on. And I would challenge you guys with obscurity. Are you guys getting attention? Money follows attention. Are you getting enough attention with phone calls, text messaging, emailing? Are you grabbing their attention? Are you grabbing mind share? Right? When you guys think of soda, what do you think about?
Think of what?
Coke? Coke? When you think of soda, what do you guys think about? Diet Pepsi. Okay? You guys have something that you think about because they gain mind share with you. Mike Gerbic is on the radio every 2 minutes, right? It's basically to gain mind share. When they think real estate, Select Homes. When they think about selling their home, they're thinking us, right? They're thinking our unique selling propositions and all of that stuff, all right? I'm going to challenge you guys. Are you on track for your goals? And if not, you need to go out there and get as much attention as you can in the fourth quarter. Be loud. Make calls. Get into conversations. Get rejected. Fail forward. Text message. Emails. Showings. Buyer consultations. Understand the math to your business. Make sure it's not emotional, but you can predict your business. And once you run a predictable, scalable, measurable business, nobody can stop you because you know the activities and the behaviors that need to happen to be able to execute on that stuff. Now, Mark is going to be able to cover next week a prospecting outline to make sure that you guys have the tools necessary to be able to hit your goals, right? Because no emergency team's coming. So if you're sitting in the dark and you're hanging your head, or you're depressed, or you're not on track, no Navy SEAL team is coming. The Army's not coming. No rescue team. Nobody's coming to get you. We have to be accountable for ourselves, and we have to buck up, and we have to step out into the light and hit those goals. I know without a doubt we can. We've had a few people leave our team. We've had some turnover. Whether they left, we let them go. We've brought on new people. It's about how we finish with the people that we have. And greatness is within each and every single one of you guys, and I believe in you guys. Okay? Or you guys, most of you guys was hired by me personally, right? Steve has worked with a couple of you guys, but at the end of the day, what's our goal?
1,200 homes.
1,200 is our stretch goal. If we can hit 1,100, that's outstanding. That's being phenomenal, not forgotten. We're leading the nation, right? I want the best prospectors and the best buyer and listing team in America. We have it. We're in the top 10. Give yourself a round of applause. What's next? That's what I sit around and question, right? We could pat ourselves on the back. We could have done that in 11th place. Pushed and grind, 10th place. I swear I thought we were slipping out of 10th place last year into 12th to 15th. And we finished at 9th, man. We can surprise ourselves. Hitting our goals, nothing is impossible. 3 years ago, I was sitting in an airport with Gerbic. We closed 388 homes this year. I'm working on projections, looking at internet leads. I had all this ambition. I said, we can close 700 homes this year. Gerbic said, oh, no, we can't. He said, we can't tell the group that. We're going to tell the group our goal is 500. I said, no, I know that we can hit 700. If everybody believes, everybody commits, and we work as a team, not just a group of people working together, but truly a team, we can hit 700. He told the group 500. I openly told the group 700. I believed in it. I got other people to believe in it. We was much smaller. We was a tighter niche group. It's hard for me to have relationships, deep ones, with each and every one of you guys. If you guys notice, I've been attempting to get to lunch every single week with the new agent. I believe in you guys. I believe we can do this. Middle of the year, we're on track to hit 700. Gerbic was like, holy cow, you might have been right. We continued to push. We continued to believe. We closed 688 homes that year. Grew like 78% as a company that year. Everybody was on the same page. There was no gossiping. There was no, I want to pick and choose what I want to believe in with Select Homes. Even if there was disagreements, we committed. We practiced the 5 dysfunctions of a team, and we hit that. And I challenge each and every one of you to buy back in, and we can hit 1,100. So some of you guys are probably like, wow, I haven't saw Adam show up like this in a while. We kind of had to go through what we had to go through this summer. Had to onboard Trent. He had to love on some of our agents. We had to release some people. We had to weed out a few people. We had to get the right people sitting on the right seat of the bus. I committed to Mark and launching a coaching company to get him to come on for some big picture stuff. We got our move over with. It's time to get back to work. It's time to get back to the grit and the hustling and the helping one another. And not just working a couple hours a day. We have full-time agents, and that's what's expected. I left the office at 9 o'clock last night. I got here at 9, left the west side at 9. I want to say thank you to the people putting hours in. Give yourself a round of applause for the people that are doing it. There's 106 days left in this year. I would ask yourself, what am I going to do with each and every one of those days? And start planning your weeks out. And as buyer agents, I've always heard, it's hard to plan, it's hard to time block. I believe in energy management, and I was a buyer's agent for years. Sold 44 homes part-time. I time blocked. I picked and chose and just didn't chase people. I attracted ideal prospects that I wanted to work with. But that also comes with a skill set and not operating out of scarcity but abundance. And for the new people, there's enough business around here where you can pick and choose your spots to make sure you're being effective and efficient with your time. Does anybody even know what their hourly worth is worth right now? Does anybody know how many showings it takes before they pick up an offer? Do you know how many valid conversations you have to have before you sell a house? Get a buyer consultation. Get a showing session. I would break every piece of your business down. Yeah, you guys have to show up to your monthly one-on-ones with buyer appointments, how many commitments you got with agencies, what you pinned in, we didn't even give you that, what you closed, we tagged you with a conversion number. That's just doing a bare minimum just to slide by and stay within our systems. I would take accountability for your business. You owe it to your family, you owe it to yourself to say, you know what, honey, you know what, kids, I have to go talk to 40 people this week to be able to sell a house. I'm committed to that. Out of those 40 people, I'm going to set 2 appointments. And I know 70% is not going to show up, and I know X amount's going to hire me, and I know after 4 or 5 showing sessions, I'm selling a home. It takes care of the anxiety, the stress, the worrying, the doubt, the fear, all of the demons in your head of not knowing where your next closing is coming from, where your next paycheck is coming from. I promise you, numbers, a predictable, measurable business that's scalable, gives you relief. It's beautiful. And more importantly, once you figure out how to manifest that energy and put it behind those activities, you net your desired results, and cha-ching, you got money in your pocket.
I was going to suggest if you're new, and you're feeling like, gosh, I haven't had enough sales yet to know, maybe you could talk to someone that is successful and find out kind of what their numbers are.
So almost every single person raised their hand. Who still wants to know how to sell 2 homes a week and wants to understand the math and wants to see it? I'll break it down. I got slides. I'm going to show you every activity in my business, my last 8 weeks in the field. I'm going to show you everything, okay? And these are part-time numbers I ran. Granted, I ran an auto dialer. I was running a showing partner. I was much more efficient. but I believed. And when I brought the showing partner back, or even the ISA model, when I only been in real estate 3 months when I went to a conference in Texas, and I heard a guy telling the next person that's going to lead the nation is going to build a call center, a resource center, and they're going to have the capitals to secure internet leads and generate thousands of them. Mike's like, I got the money, we can do this, we can do that. We came back, every single person in our company told us we couldn't create an ISA client care department. What do we have now? We're leading the nation in that field. I was in North Carolina 3.5 years ago, South Carolina. Heard somebody I felt like I was hitting a ceiling. I was maxing out for what I could do. It's similar to what Tony's probably facing now, or he experienced last month in terms of damn near burning himself out, making 40K in 1 month and 11 closings. I was like, what's next, right? I was hearing a lady that works in a team model just like we all do. She closed 200 homes, working in a team model, structured just like this. Do you not bet? I offered money to her. I tried to get her to lunch. I pulled her aside. I said, where you're at now is where I want to be in a few years. Because I'm running into and experiencing the same thing that you experienced a few years ago in your team model. She's running 4 or 5 showing partners. The lead flow was there. She could net a return on the investment for the Rainmaker. He kept investing more money in her because she kept netting a return on investment. That's what business is about, right? Taking $1 and hopefully making 125 on it. So
I don't, the things that you're talking about doing, people are doing to us right now. I get messages and phone calls from people around the country every day, every single day. I had a woman last night PM me 3 times last night and has already called me this morning because she wants to go to a client call center and she wants help and she wants my help to do it. She wants our help to do it, and she's relentless. She's not going away. She's already PM me again while we're sitting here. I'm going to have to talk to her. I don't really want to, but I'm going to have to. She's made it apparent that she wants information and wants help, and she's willing to do what she has to do to get it. She's going to get the attention, and so I'm going to have to call her and talk to her this afternoon. If you want it, and you want to get it, it's like I'm saying, you got to go find it and be relentless until you get the information you need.
Right.
And there's people out there that are doing it every day. Coming here.
Look, yeah. Thanks, Mark. I brought the showing partner model back almost 3 years ago, and people told me it couldn't be done. One thing that pisses me off or challenges me the most is when somebody tells me I can't do something, right? Because it's not the way their average mind thinks. I'm looking for greatness. I want great people around me. I'm going to hold myself to a high accountability, high expectations, and I want the people around me to live up to those expectations and to practice the same exact way. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't push the envelope with a lot of stuff. Gerbick's done the same thing. He's took a lot of shots here in town because of the things he's done. But he stepped outside of average, and we demanded greatness of ourselves. It's not that we're looking to dominate Wichita. We're not looking to dominate nationally. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. It's dominating our thought process, our mindset, dominating our habits. We can only take on a couple new habits before we can take on a few more. So just pick and choose a couple new habits, couple new principles, couple new business practices, implement it, master it, pick up a few more. You just didn't wake up one day and end up in the 9th slot in the nation according to the Wall Street Journal on transactions. Just change the belief a little bit, okay? Questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
I always do. So when you ran your showing partner, and I think you told me that that's all he did was show for you.
Right.
Was that person, well, licensed, right? They had to be licensed.
Right.
Was that person not trying to get his own business going?
Look, they was, but not everybody's going to make it. Right? We start out with 10 ISAs, only 5 make it through our coaching program, make it through the cut. I have close to an 80% success ratio with agents, but as many new ones as we're bringing on and what we have going on, not everybody's going to make it. And so you have to help them, and if they can't help themselves, Cody ended up showing up late. Cody ended up not relaying information the way it needed to be relayed at a showing partner. He quit coming into the office. The people that quit coming into the office, their income, their skill set, everything quits growing. People will get up, come to the office every day, they're the ones that make it. He quit coming to the office. He started showing up late. And those are not things as a core value for my own self that I'm delivering and promising to the client, so I had to let him go. You can make it as an agent here. You have the opportunity, but you can no longer work as an understudy for me. He didn't make it. He was an architect. He was too smart. He didn't have the hustle. He didn't want to put in the time. He felt just because he had a degree, he was a young guy, was smart, he didn't have to do what was necessary and could take a shortcut to get up and running and duplicate what I've been able to do. I'm not the smartest or the brightest crayon in the box at all. But I promise you, I will not be outworked. Right? And that's really what it takes to gain the knowledge, the intellect, even just the language in real estate. And then, even though you could be the smartest realtor in town, have everything that Dave's going to teach you with compliance and law and everything, but you'll be broke if you don't understand how to market, if you don't understand how to get people's attention, position yourself. I hate to tell you guys this, but we look at ourselves as consultants and yada yada yada. You guys are professional salespeople. You need to understand how to influence people for their own good, get them to take actions on their needs, wants, and desires, and you got to be able to close people. That's it. People get to deal with sorry salespeople and lousy, lazy people all the time. They test you. They want to see if you can cut through all the crap and lead them, because I don't want no weak link negotiating my deal. I don't want no lousy person that can't even handle a little bit of my reluctance to go to bat and the demands I'm going to put on them to sell me a deal, make sure the contract's weighted in my favor, get closing costs paid for, secure me a home warranty. I want you to go and punch a listing agent in the mouth. You're not my gal or a guy. You're passive. You're going through the motion. You're on autopilot. I need somebody that's thinking. I need somebody that's going to be able to be a top-notch consultant. And the top-notch consultants are very, very savvy with persuasion and sales, influencing other people, psychology, all these things that we mix in to our sales meetings. Okay? Did that answer your question, Toby?
Yeah.
So there was a point in time where we didn't take on new people. We didn't have opportunities of abundance here. And the showing partner really sparked that for us. I lost 2 veteran agents over my belief system, and a few decisions I made when I first started making decisions for this company was to bring new people on and give back and develop and train and help others. That's one of my core values, personally. And they said, we can only take experts, we can only take veterans. I said, we have the bandwidth, we have the knowledge, we have the leads. I have the passion. Everybody else is fired up to help other people do more and give back. Why can't we bring people on? And I brought the first couple on. Some failed, some made it. I have some people who started out as an ISA, a showing partner, became one of our top buyer agents, and even went on to flipping homes and doing more stuff without our company. I'm not sad because I'm excited when I look at their success. Some of our people that's left and went on to other things, I'm excited. They just couldn't buy in big picture what we have going on. So they had their own vision. But at least they didn't fail on my watch, right? Any other questions about the showing partner, guys, before I get into numbers? What time is it?
10 o'clock.
Got 15 more minutes of this. No questions? Everybody?
Can we?
I'm going around making eye contact.
Okay, I have a question.
Toby?
Can we use a showing partner that's licensed? They probably have to be licensed with Select Homes, but I understand that Select Homes doesn't hire licensed agents unless they're committed to work full-time, right?
Right. There are exceptions with a showing partner. I think some of the most successful showing partners I had was people I kept out of the culture. I kept them from a distance. Because you come in here, you start seeing what Tony's doing, Toby, Charlotte, Katie, some of our leaders around here, Trisha's had some good months. You start seeing what some of these people are doing. Hey, teach me what they got going on, right? And so it's like, so if you could find like a mom that just wants to work nights, maybe weekends, somebody that's looking for part-time work, I'm okay hiring them for showing partners for you.
Okay.
But if you're committing to Select Homes, and you're sucking up our resources, you're sucking up our time, our leads, you're committed full time.
I'm glad she asked that, because that's kind of what I was wondering. I know you were really successful with your showing partner, but that was pretty much what he did, was just showed for you. And I know sometimes it's hard because the new people, especially when they're successful quickly and they get busy, it's hard to get their time.
Hey, well, it's
I'm
good.
calling Josh, he's like, oh, I've already got showing, sorry.
I know, I keep running into that too, yeah.
Look, guys, some of you guys have been around here a long time, understand the pace, the radical focus, and just how I get extreme going into the wintertime. This is going to carry on. We're going to keep our motto, be phenomenal or be forgotten. Let's hear it one more time.
Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
That's it, man. I love it. Let's get into the numbers now. I'm going to break this thing down for you. This was my last 8 weeks in the field. I didn't track these numbers because we had team leads at this time. We had no team leads. We had no corporate structure. We had no management structure. We really had nothing until Gerbick's like, here, run with it, because we was all producing and we was much smaller. I tracked all of this because I wanted to understand why I was having great months, why I was having bad months, but more importantly, I like my lifestyle I have. All right, I'm not a materialistic person, but at the end of the day, I like security. As much as I like uncertainty and risk, I still like financial security, right? And I wanted to be able to predict making $6,000 to $8,000 a month in and month out without fail. And if I had a $3,000 to $5,000 month, I wanted to know why. It wasn't because of Gerbick. We had no team leads to blame it on. There was no Adam Bailey to blame it on, so I couldn't run and tell on Adam. You know, I couldn't blame it on these leads or trash. You know, I had to figure out why, and it was my own. It was my own behaviors, whether they was bad behaviors, habits, positive ones, and so. Can everybody see back there?
Nope.
Why don't everybody come forward a little bit?
Yeah, it's okay.
Come forward.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Can you see
I
it?
had where you guys were.
No, that's as big as it's getting. Okay. Each and every one of you guys have this in the Dropbox.
They can't see, but they ain't gonna move.
Can we have a hard copy? It's in a Dropbox.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah, you gotta figure it out.
It's in Dropbox, you said.
Right, it should be.
Okay.
The same exact
It
one with
is.
the same exact examples have been sitting in each and every one of you guys' Dropbox. I can go back and even show you on my computer, guys. I can go back and show you years worth of data that I tracked.
Okay.
I got our first numbers even from ISA still saved when we were setting 3 appointments a week and we thought we was
Melissa just asked a good question. What's this called
What?
in Dropbox? What's the name of this? Is this the triple tracker?
No.
I mean, you guys have your own
It's a
blank
weekly
one, but mine's
activity.
called copy something. I can let you know.
I was just curious.
So internet leads, offline leads, contact numbers, past client, initial contact, lead follow-up, prospects created, buyer appointments, showing appointments, exclusive contracts, and buyer contracts, okay? So week 2 is about where I really started to turn it up, okay? So I just come off, even going back looking at my other numbers, I was closing about 1 home a week for like 4 months, and then I was just like, man, what's going on? I closed one here, and I was only hitting about 10 to 15 valid conversations every single week, and I was selling 1 house. I might have took me 50 calls, 70 calls, only 30 calls to have 10 valid conversations, but I was netting 1 house a week, closing. So then I kicked it up. I said, let me go ahead and kick this thing up to 30 contacts is what I tried to achieve every single week. Valid conversations, not calls, not wrong numbers, but where I had a valid conversation with the correct number, correct name, and I don't care if they're in the market to buy or sell in 1 day or 5 years, because it's all about database management, nurturing, incubating, all that stuff, right? So I 31 initial contacts. I created 4 prospects. 2 showed up. I had 9 showing sessions. This was also when we're in a buyer's market. You guys are in a seller's market now. These people could sleep on it, go look at it 4 or 5 days, and come back 6 days later and a price drop occurred. So it's kind of a different market. Agencies committed 1. I pinned 2 homes. Once again, 27 contacts, 3 prospects created, 2 agencies signed, pinned 2 homes again. 26 appointments, initial contacts, prospects created, buyer appointments, 3 of them committed, signed up, sold 2 homes, okay? So right there is a compound effect of about close to 30 valid conversations every single week. And it dropped off right here, but I sold 4 homes. So what I did when I just changed the behavior. I 10x'd it. I doubled exactly what I was doing to sell 1 home. I was making 10 to 15 contacts. I doubled it, and I started selling 2 homes. But the compound effect happened, and I sold 4 houses here in 1 week by doubling it. My contacts fell off to 14. I was figuring out how to juggle all these balls, run the showing partners, and I didn't have anybody to bounce anything off of. And once again, I closed 1 house because I dropped back down to 10 or 15 valid conversations. Right? I get it back up, sold 3 houses, got over 30 contacts, sell 3 houses the next week, 19, and so on. That's 8 weeks worth of different stuff. And here's basically where it breaks down totally. I took 280 leads. Some of you guys, until we get some of the new people up and running, some of you guys are taking over 100 leads, 150 leads, 180 leads, some of you guys, that I've sold over the last month. And these are 280 leads in about a 9-month period. Initial contacts is, I had 176, but also I'm practicing database management, been generating internet leads for years, couple years at this time. I created 41 prospects, buyer prospects, 25 buyer appointments. Off of the 25 buyer appointments, 17 showed up. Oh man, why couldn't I get 100%? I just understand my math. Out of the 17, 15 professionally hired me. I pinned 16 homes. A lot of you guys know I won't show homes to people unless they actually hire me. Right? I gamble a little bit. In my early days, I got burnt, and then, I was just like, it's not happening. And so some of you guys are like, well, how'd you sell 16 homes if you only got 15 agencies signed? I had this little old lady from Chicago that fought with me to not meet her at the house. She's going to come into the office, and she's going to tell me what's up. She came into the office, sat down, let me go through my buyer presentation. She's like, you know what? You're a fast-talking kid. My sister's a lawyer back in Chicago. That's where I'm from. I'll have her look at this, but I promise you, I'm not going to probably sign anything. She looked at me with one eye. She's like, if you do what you're supposed to do, kid, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. I said, yes, ma'am. Got up, she gave me a hug. I gave her a hug. She bought a house from me 3 days later, something like that. So there are chemistry nuances that are going to happen. But overall, this is how I ran my business, is off of these numbers right here. This is pretty consistent for my last year and a half in the field. It was about 9, realistically 9 to 10. This is a snapshot of my last 8 weeks in the field. But I know that it takes 8.5, 9 valid conversations before I set an appointment, right? So I'm like, I need to talk to 9 valid people to get somebody to commit to come into the office and sit down with me and trust me, right? To give them at least a presentation. Out of the, like, let's say I said 10, I know 7's going to show up. I know 70% are only going to show up because I'm inviting them into the office, I'm building value, demonstrating leadership, offering to come up with a strategic plan for me to look after their fiduciary responsibility, all that stuff, right? And the 3 that don't show up, if it's 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock in the morning time, it don't hurt my feelings. It doesn't take the wind out of my sail. You know why? Because I understand the math. I expect 3 people not to show up. I don't hope, I don't wish. I pray that every single one of them show up, but it's unrealistic. And so when you understand your math, it's not going to ruin your Saturday morning if you get stood up. It's not going to ruin your Friday night if you get stood up. You just understand it. And I know that 3.8 showing sessions, not homes I showed, because I only showed sessions, how many times I actually physically got out and showed homes. 3.8 showing sessions, I'm selling a house, getting one under contract. Out of the people that showed up, out of the 70% that showed up, 88% hired me. The other 12%, I'm not a good fit for them. I'm not a good fit for everybody. I'm not begging for your business. I'm looking for people that's a good fit, ideal prospect for me, and I want you to make sure that I am the right agent to look after your best interest, right? And so if they wouldn't hire me, I apologize, shake hands, even if they wanted to see homes, I'm just not your agent. If you can't commit to me, why do I want to commit my gas, my energy, time away from my family when you can't hire me for free when you're getting our whole Buyer Advantage program?
That you can cancel anytime. What's the harm, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's a commitment on their level, but they can cancel, so there's really no reason to not sign it.
Okay? But you can see how this number translates. If they hire me, they buy a house. Within 8 weeks, I had 17 people meet me at the office. 15 of them hired me. I sold 16 houses. So actually, out of the people that met me in the office, where I positioned myself as an expert, 16 of them bought a house from me within 8 weeks. Besides one person. And then the old lady that didn't sign, but I still got paid off of her, right? She looked at me with that one eye, and I delivered. I kept my
Now,
word.
did she have two eyes, or did she just have
No,
one
she had
eye?
like
She had a
this.
stink
She
eye.
was like this. She had both eyes, but she had this one that like it was like a scope, man. It was just. Any questions off that? This is real math. My last 8 weeks in the field. There's been other people that's duplicated this that I can show you. I have other people that's damn near hit these same exact numbers because they did exactly what I asked them to do. They honed a skill set. They came to call night. They listened to thousands and hundreds of hours of calls and put in the work necessary and basically extracted what I was doing, and then they did it for themselves. I've saw it with women. I've saw it with men. Unfortunately, they're not here for whatever reason, but they've been able to do it. This is not far-fetched. This isn't about one person. But also, these are my numbers for my skill set. Everybody's on a different journey. Everybody has different background experiences, different skill sets. All I'm asking you is to understand your numbers, understand your business. And once you understand your numbers and once you understand your business from the first activity all the way to shaking their hand and asking for a referral and giving referrals at the closing table, you're in control. And then you can improve upon your business. You know exactly what to laser in on to fix. Whether it's closing out in the field, going through the process of elimination, whether it's your conversation to appointment ratio. Maybe you're getting people to come into the office and meet you, but your face-to-face game isn't tightened up. And you can't get them to sign on the dotted line. Confident, articulating yourself, believing in the unique selling propositions. She said, you can cancel me, you can fire me at any time. Like we talk about this in our coaching stuff, and I just shot a video on it last week, and I'll get it out to some of you guys. There's a difference in just going through bullets and points and talking about features and actually believing in them and selling them. Like, hey, you can fire me at any time. We'll shake hands if I'm not living up to the expectations with communications, showing you homes from 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. We'll walk away, no strings attached. Now that's definitely fair enough, right?
That's how I get people to, that's how I always get an answer from people all the time. I just had a conversation yesterday with one of our prospects. Said, hey, look, we're going to talk on Friday. You talk to your partner. Here's all the information. On Friday, we're talking 2 o'clock. And if you guys decide this isn't the right program for me, that's fine. Just tell me no thank you, and I'll wish you luck. We're going to talk on Friday. And if they say, hey, we decided to do something else, that's fine. But I'm not going to spend a week and a half or 2 weeks trying to chase them down to get a no. They're going to tell me no that day, which is fine with me.
Yeah, love it, Mark. I don't beg you guys to hit your goals. I don't beg you guys to improve your life and improve your business. I don't beg you to be part of our culture and to believe in one another. I'm not going to beg you to be phenomenal. Here's what I will offer you, though, because it's going to take a lot of work from each and every one of us to hit this 11 to 1,200. For 2 years now, I've been attempting with this group to break 1,000. 852 was a depressing year for me. We still grew, but man, it's just like our engines died. Something happened. I was like, last year, we're going to hit 1,000. We're going to get there. $9.52. Okay? Not begging for anything. Here's what I will offer. You guys put in the work, put in the effort, you believe in one another, really lock hands together, transfer of knowledge, being there for one another. We hit over, even if we don't hit our goal of 1150, if we break 1,050, I'll personally get us a party bus to have a night out with Select Homes. Alright? That's my offer. We got 106 days to make that come to fruition. I believe in you guys. Anything is possible. Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
All right.
You gotta follow that up, Dave. Yeah, take a break, guys. Get some coffee.
Regular break, not a real estate break.
Is Trey coming in?